So good morning, guys, for all of you who have joined a little late. But anyways, like we are starting the session today, and this session is getting recorded. And thank you so much for joining this Friday. And today we have a very excitement session that is ITOM into ServiceNow space. So I'm sure there are some people, of course, from mostly from the ServiceNow background itself, who have experience working with other modules. And also there might be people who are already from the item space, but most welcome. And I'm sure also there are some people who are recently starting their journey towards ServiceNow. So this session is applicable for all the participants who would like to upgrade their item skills and who would like to learn item if they are already learning some other modules. So it's a very jam-packed sessions. So just a brief about the session. The session will be going for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the same time 11 to 2, where we will be covering something about the technical aspect, questions and answers, about the certifications, about like which modules you need to choose. And we will be exploring something about like HackNow. What is HackNow? Why we are introducing this course. We will also discuss something about resume preparation, job opportunities, the virtual drives that we are having the placement tie-up with other companies, and what are the um, sessions that we are upcoming days for different modules. As you know, like ServiceNow has multiple modules. It's like an ocean. So probably HackNow is also driving in the way where we are trying to introduce most of the modules for everyone to get catered their needs. So in the past, if I talk about the past activities that we have done, there might be people who have joined recently, or they have like they know HackNow a very few days back itself, and they don't know, because there are some customers who know HackNow since long time, and they are keep on attending the session. So people who have recently introduced with HackNow. So past activities that we have done is like we have um, conducted the drives for placement. We also did admin and development session, and recently we also did GRC session. Unfortunately, we had to cancel a CSM drive. The trainer was not feeling well and it was an emergency. So we had to cancel that drive. So we couldn't had that, CSM workshop last weekend. Okay. So probably I really apologize for that, but we are again trying to rearrange that session for you guys. So we have couple of sessions like CSM workshop coming, and also we have sessions like scripting, which is the most needed session that all of them needed. Of course, like we also have um, facilities open for you guys to enroll with us for counseling session. So I know like there are people who are not very much okay to speak on the public forum, and they are little shy and they are not feeling confident to raise their query along the voice because the call is getting recorded. So people have them has that variant of thinking. But for those guys, we have also kept a counseling session. So my team will be rolling out the link for you to guys for enroll. So whatever sessions you will be finding free time going forward today, tomorrow, and next week, you guys can book the sessions not only related to ITOM, but if you have any questions, queries related to any ITOM space or any other module space or any other entire service now, right from the basics, so you can upload the uh, sessions with us, and probably we will connect you with our experts that they will be guiding you. So anyways, there is a link that we have put it in the place, so you can just copy the link for your reference. No need to book the calls right now. I want you guys to focus on the session. So probably I will driving the session for next 15 to 20 minutes. Then we will have a technical session. So we have introduced Jatin. So Jatin would be a technical trainer in this. Of course, he would be the person who will be taking the batch also, which we are studying from second week of June. Okay, so I'll be giving you more insight about the information that how we are planning the batch. Okay, and what are the terms and conditions and everything. We will be going deep dive. And of course, when Jatin take the session from me, so feel free to ask questions as much as questions. So we will try to showcase you like how ITOM looks, what are the modules into ITOM, and what is the benefit of ITOM, what are the prerequisite of ITOM, and what ITOM is playing in today's ServiceNow space and why it is important. Also with other comparison with other modules. Okay, so we will be discussing a lot of aspect. So please don't miss the session. Of course, we will be also uploading the sessions on our YouTube channel. So, but don't be in assumption that, okay, I'll be getting the recordings and no, I'll watch later. So we don't have that much of time to go back to the recordings. Anyways, you guys have invested and take out your time in your busy schedule. So I want you to utilize this next 3 hours and gain as much as possible from your end. Okay. Of course, like when I'm also talking, feel free to unmute yourself. You guys have permission where you can unmute yourself and ask the questions to me. Feel free to stop to me in between and I will be able to answer your queries. In the same way, when Jatin is taking the session, we can feel free to ask him the questions and we can do it. Of course, we will not be able to take all the questions in one go. I would request you to make a note of your questions on your notepad. And then when we start an official question and answer session, then feel free to ask to him and he will be able to answer it, all the things. All right. So if you have any, so there might be some people who are working already on the ITOM project. They might have some queries and they would like to, there are some people who would like to uh, switch the modules, but they are really confused. So now people might be confused like why I should take item, why I should not take other modules. Like there are other modules like HRSD, SecOps, GRC, ITAM, okay, integration, service portal. There are many things, but why item? Okay. So we'll have that aspect. Okay, again. So quickly I'll share my screen with you guys. Okay. Please confirm me, Pallavi, if you can see my screen.
Yes, the screen
Yeah,
is visible.
screen is
Okay.
visible.
Okay. All right. So a quick session, a quick brief about HackNow. What is HackNow? Who is HackNow? And what we do? So HackNow, you might have heard, and you might have got a lot of communications, emails, and WhatsApp, and everything from everywhere, because we have that level of social presence all over the social platforms. And of course, like HackNow is IT-based company where we are also into training. We are also into implementation project that we take projects from international customers, Indian customers, and we do implement the projects for them with wide range of all the modules. Of course, we are also into training. We are also trying to drive our level best to become a partner of ServiceNow so that we can get an accomplishment from them that we are a global training partner with them. By the God grace and your help and your feedback, your suggestions, definitely we will go drive and those things and achieve that. And soon we will be becoming a ServiceNow partner. Of course, there are a lot of terms and conditions that we have to meet, and we are trying to meet that conditions so that we are becoming an official partner with them. Okay. So many people, many companies are focused on us because we are giving the level of candidates trainings. We are preparing those candidates in that level where companies are also driving us for getting the recruitment people from us. So we are also having the drive where we are hiring uh, people some good people for the company. All right. So in a nutshell, Hacknow is also offering corporate trainings. As you know, like every company needs a corporate training for internal people to upgrade themselves because even company want their employees to upgrade with the next modules. Okay, so we are also into corporate trainings. We have recently given training for Tech Mahindra. We have given training for Wipro and some mid-scale companies. So we have around 5 to 6 companies tied with us where we are giving regular trainings on the need as per the requirement for around 20 to 25 people per batch. Okay, so we are also into technical support in the sense like you're working with the projects already, but you have stuck with some stories. No matter it is into which module. So we are also giving a technical support in that level. We are also having the international clients and the national level clients with us. Uh, we are also into educational consulting in the sense like we are tied up with the colleges, okay, and we are delivering service now to the college interns where we are making them educated like what is service now, and there are also good response from the students from the college end where they are also like trying to learn service now, and we are handing them as an internship for service now. Okay, so we are also into consulting. Okay, we are also doing the consulting, the implementation best practices. And as I told, like we are also into training where we are creating the pattern and the workflow in such a way that everyone is getting that level of exposure towards ServiceNow. Because as you know, guys, like we always tell that ServiceNow is like an ocean. So of course, it's like an ocean. So we have a lot of things. So that is the reason we have created a very deep dive workflow so that all of them are getting benefited and exposure. Okay. So next drive. Um, our certified experts deliver advanced level of training. For an example, like if I talk about Jatin, so Jatin is highly ITOM expert. Of course, like he has gained a lot of experience, so he's expertise into his technologies. He is like a discovery certified, event management certified, and service mapping certified. Of course, we will talk something on the certifications later on. So we are also into IT service management, HRSD that I have already discussed with you guys. We are into SecOps, we are into integration. Of course, there are multiple modules which we have not mentioned as there are a list of big modules and long list. So we cannot put it here. We are also into service portal. We are into integrations and many modules. So the moment you come up with any of the requirements that, hey, I need to learn this, of course, we are ready to give you the training for that level. Okay. So these are the some highlights and the bullet points where we are delivering the trainings for these modules from HackNow. Okay, so HackNow offerings. So interesting part, like what exactly HackNow offers. I've already told you the brief about ServiceNow and the relation between HackNow, what this is, but what exactly we are offering. So we are offering paid trainings for people to transform their careers from ServiceNow admin to the higher level of things. And we are also transforming the careers of the people who are from non-ServiceNow background. Of course, they are from the IT background. They are based in some other technologies, but they are slowly moving to ServiceNow because there is already a crunch with some technologies because AI is into place now, eating many of them jobs. And of course, there are like layoffs, as you might have observed, a lot of articles going on the social platform about the layoffs. So people are just finding the uh, a good technology where they can have their career. So we have transferred many people career right from the housewife, people from jobless aspect. They have made their career and they are doing good job into their respective domains. Okay, so this is what Hacknow is offering. So now we have come with the pain points like what Hacknow is specially delivering special. It's like the real world applications, because when I tell you about the real world applications, that means we are giving the content in that way that everyone get hands-on experience, use cases, and a project-based oriented training. Because of course you might have gone to a lot of YouTube channels where you will be getting the theoretical answers. But yes, of course they are giving one example against each one of the topic that they are teaching, but that is not sufficient for you to grasp all the knowledge in depth. So when we enroll for the trainings, we are making sure that people are getting that labs, people are getting that assignments, and people are getting that environment as if they are working with the real company. Of course, the practice would be on the PDI, but not the real company based instance due to the security concerns. But we have decorated a syllabus in a such a way that people will really feel that they're working with the organizations, they're working with the stories, they're working with the business analyst, they're working with the project management, scrum master, and everything. So what are the etiquettes that we experience follow in the company? We are going to give that same exposure in the training as well, so that they have that look and feel about how the real time works into industries. Okay, so unmatched trainings experience. Of course, there are many people who are doing the mentorship in the service now. There are many institutes who are doing the training in the service now. But why we are unmatched as compared to other people, that I've already told you. And we also have a very exclusive community access where we have a lot of people from the experience background who are helping as MVP. We have associated with a couple of MVP. They are, of course, we have a separate group, so that group is not disclosed to everyone because that is like something like paid and valuable groups where people just don't put any unrelevant things. It's like very professional things where because there are MVP associated, so we don't have to fall our bad impression on that people are just coming in and talking anything about irrelevant things. So we have a community access where you will be getting the mentorship from them. And we also are planning to have a workshop, a podcast with some MVP where people, big personalities from international level, from domestic level, they will be coming here and giving their experience and knowledge and about the expectations of the market. So we will be also planning for that things. Personal mentorship guide. Yes, of course, we also get a lot of queries, especially from the non-IT background, who would like to learn ServiceNow, because ServiceNow is first technology that they are learning, and top of that they are learning first time IT world. So these people prefer one-on-one training because they are not comfortable talking into the group, because people are at different level, and these fresher people at a different mindset, so they don't able to mingle themselves in a group. So people are coming to us for one-on-one training, and we are also giving them a personalized mentorship so that they feel secure and confident when they are taking training directly from the trainer. As I've told you, like in the counseling session, we help most of them to customize the learning path, because there are many people who are still confused, like what to do, what how to do. They are not able to choose any modules, because for every module they have that level of thinking, like for this module do I need scripting, for this module do I need a logical thinking, or for this module do I need a specific prerequisite for this. For an example, if I have to learn HRSD, it says like it's something about HR related, so people are asking like, do I need to have HR knowledge? So these are the irrelevant or relevant questions that we are getting. But of course every question is good or bad, it's a valid question, because they don't have that level of maturity. So that is the reason we have trying to get them a customized learning path where they can define their career in a good shape, and they can get that level of achievements when they choose and when they invest money and they invest time. Because there are some people who are invested money, invested time, but they are like unaware like what should be the best path for me to go ahead. They are just lagging that level of mentorship, because mentorship is also important for us to give to the right people so that they can drive very correctly. So in everyone's life, there is a mentorship needed. Okay. So we will be providing that mentorship to learn the customized learning path. Networking opportunities, as I told you, we have special groups created with different purpose. So we are also connected with peers, okay, alumni and industrial professionals to expand your professional network. As I told you, like we have MVP, we have core developers who has had good experience on that, and we are associated with companies where we will be also having a virtual drive. So we will be having a lot of networking opportunities when you will be a part of those groups. Well, even you will be a part of HackNow, and then definitely your networking opportunities grows, because nowadays networking is very important. Because networking you will definitely learn from our senior people. Definitely you will get a lot of opportunity to have a job with their reference, and people also keep on posting like for their companies, if they are having openings, they are also hiring as a referral basis. Okay. So as I told you, like we are also having a ongoing support. Only the thing is like, let's say people complete their training, and institutes like don't focus on that part, like what is the next step. They just bother about the completion of the course, and they don't have that relation with the clients who has taken the training. But here we have the complete list of all the students that have taken the training, and we have specially created the WhatsApp group for those people who have completed the course, and we are just keep on checking the status, like whether they are getting a job or not, what is the challenges they are getting. We also help them for resume preparation, because nowadays when I talk about resume, we are into ATS module, what is like application tracking system. But nowadays a manual pickup of resume has gone, because no one has time in today's world to pick up the resume manually, because they are having lakhs of resume in front of them, and lot of competition in ServiceNow world. So they are using AI tools, which are already inbuilt by the respective company to pick the right resume. So it's a play of keywords. So when you have the right keywords in your resume, then your profile will be getting picked, or else your profile will not get picked, and you will face that level of frustration that you're not getting interview calls. Okay. So we will also help on that part that comes under ongoing support, where we will analyze like what's going wrong with you, and we'll try to fill the gap accordingly. Coming to the latest technologies, when I say about latest technologies, ServiceNow is also now into AI. Okay, it is also into Gen AI, where we have a tool. I don't want to say an official tool from ServiceNow, but it's a tool from AI world, where this tool is helping us to learn the coding which is required for ServiceNow scripting, ServiceNow any modules, and when we put a certain query on that specific tool, see, I'm not talking about ChatGPT at all. So people might be thinking that what is new when we are telling something about AI. So people have that understanding like AI means it's only the ChatGPT. No, AI is not only the ChatGPT, but it has a lot of big market in AI. So we have paid tools, we have unpaid tools, free tools where we can learn about ServiceNow. We can use that tools for getting our service lines coded, okay, and the scripting part. So definitely you will be also getting that level of experience for by using this. There are two benefits. Like first is like you will be getting the high level of productivity with very quick time, and the second one is like you will learn many things out of that tool. Okay, so that service now AI tool is really close where we can take the best benefit where other people are not still touching on that part. Okay, so Smita, you can go ahead and ask your query.
Sorry, it was an accident. I clicked on it.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. All right. All right, so a collaborative environment, so participants in forum, group projects, and community events that we take this in sessions itself. So a group project where we are giving the assignments. Okay, we have a drive created for the students where we are placing the projects on that drive, and people have to come and do it before the class starts. And when the next class starts, they have to ask the doubts. The doubt session is done, then only we drive the next topic. So that is collaborative environment. We are having that practice in that level that people are supportive and they can ask doubts in the group. And after doubt clearance, only then we jump on the next topics. Okay. So let me move ahead. Of course, like who should enroll for this program? So basically, there are first, freshers. Fresher is the one who is definitely can enroll for ITOM. It's not compulsory that a fresher coming into ServiceNow should not learn ITOM. But yes, of course, I would recommend to learn ITSM first. When it comes about ITSM, it's like admin and development. It's recommended to learn because that is the base and the backbone of ServiceNow, where we learn a very basic like how the ServiceNow platform looks, what is the configuration level, what is the terminology, what is banner, what is frame, what is application navigator, and everything, so that that they get the best understanding in order to have their future very secure and long term going. I have also come across my consulting where people directly learned ITOM because people are hiring from colleges and they are giving training directly from ITOM. Yes, of course, people are catching ITOM directly also. They had when I'm taking interviews in the respective organizations, I come across people who don't have any ITSM knowledge, but they are doing good in ITOM. And when I'm asking questions from ITOM space, they're doing good answers. So it's not compulsory that people should not learn directly ITOM. But yes, as per my experience, it's always recommended to learn admin and development first, then go with ITOM. It will add an added advantage for you. Coming to the next slide, experienced IT people. As I told you, like there are two experienced IT people. First one is like people totally from non-ServiceNow background can enroll here directly for ITOM, or else people are best when they are already working with ServiceNow, but they would like to switch their career into ITOM because in your project, whoever guys are experienced from this forum, they might be working on ITSM, but you might have heard that ITOM is very boom into the market. When you see the job profiles on Naukri and other portals, ITOM is very vast. And in your project also, there might be a separate team for ITOM who is working on ITOM, and they have a lot of advantage over the package. They have a lot of advantage over the dependency on that team because ITOM is the guy who creates a level of dependency when he's or she is working on the project as compared to the ITSM guys. Okay, because ITSM is of course the common where you will find thousands of people, but ITOM guys still company is finding that crunch to find ITOM resource into the market. Okay, so of course when who have learned admin and development, it's very good. So anyone willing to switch career into service now, they also can go for ITOM where they can learn admin and development and they can switch career into ServiceNow by learning ITOM also. Okay, it's up to you. But of course, if you have any more doubts, of course, you can ask me here or else you can ask me in next upcoming sessions today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. We are still available at till 2 o'clock. Of course, if you're not comfortable asking here on this platform, then you can ask the questions on the counseling call. So this is something about the intention of this ITOM. After ITOM, after our all the workshop for 3 days, when you have a question in your mind like who should enroll this program. So these are the three preference that we prefer to make enrollment for this program. Okay. So when I talk about ITOM, of course, the technical team will be helping you to explain everything about ITOM, what ITOM consists of. In a nutshell, it's like ITOM is all about 3 to 4 modules combination: discovery, service mapping, event management, and orchestration, of course, but CMDB as well. So these are the combination of 4 to 5 modules where it's a collaboration of all these modules and one ITOM space is there. Okay. So discovery is very important. There are also job opportunities for discovery admin, CMDB admin. And when you learn something about service mapping, again, it's an added advantage because everyone's infrastructure is messed up. So by this mechanism, we are trying to sort their mechanism, sort their infrastructure and trying to gain the high level of expertise on the CMDB front about their devices in their organization. Okay, so coming to the comparison between HackNow and the traditional providers, what is the difference? It's like I have already discussed couple of points from here in the last slides as well itself. So personalized mentorship, of course, like we give personalized mentorship for people who are willing to learn separately with their own pace, own level of understanding. Hands-on project, we will be definitely giving a hands-on project where people will definitely feel the feeling like the decorum of like same like really office. Community access, already told you that we will be having a lot of access to the community with respect to different activities. Flexibility, of course, you can learn online classes. At this moment, we are having only online classes. We are also flexible with the timings. Probably there are some people who are free in the morning time. In the evening time, that is the best timings that people are preferring, or else max to max we can go with the weekend timings that is more preferable. So these are the three timings. Of course, I don't want to take a specific timing, but we start our classes right from 6 a.m. in the morning IST till 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. IST. And from the evening, we started class from 6 p.m. IST till 11 p.m. IST. Okay. We have this level of coverage. Why? Because there are international customers where the timing is exactly opposite with us. So people from US, people from Canada and Australia, they have a time difference. So we are also taking the classes for them, which is like, late night till 11 o'clock, they're taking the classes. And of course, if no one is, anything is not possible for you to weekdays, we can have a weekend classes as well, like Saturday, Sunday, 2 hours each day. So that is something about the flexibility of the online classes. Regular updates and reflect industry trends. We are creating the patterns, the syllabus, and the training approach in such a way that we are meeting the industry trends as per the market. Now, when you see a lot of syllabus, you might be see that that's now outdated syllabus. They are not in alignment with ServiceNow. And what ServiceNow is like going very ahead with each and every topic. Many topics are like override with other topics because we are into advanced mode, but there are still people who are teaching you the old methods. For an example, if I tell you a short example, like workflow is almost eliminated, but in place of workflow, we have a flow designer. Okay. So that is what people are not still teaching. Some people are teaching the workflow still now. Of course, learning workflow is good because sometimes maybe you have to learn the old pattern, but sometimes you have to go with the market trend. Okay. And that will definitely help you because at the day interview will ask you about the new technology itself, but not the old technologies. Okay. So if you have if there are some guys from the item space, when I talk about very core technical, if you remember, like we were using the probes and sensors, okay, in the previous days, but now people are not using that. Now we are using the patterns. Okay, so pattern is the highly demand things in the market right now. So in that way we have to learn. But when you see some of the syllabus that I've shown like in the last year, so people are still teaching probes and sensors, which is not expected in the market. So career support, I've already told you, like placement assistance we will be giving you. We are trying to involve some companies on our platform to get hired people, and we will be having that reference people from HackNow. So we will be giving them the placement assistance. We will be giving them the training. 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 We will be giving them the tr will be given priority for that, so that they choose people who have participated to workshop, people who have participated in our trainings. They will be given priority on that level. Okay, so learning resource, access to wide range of updated resource and tools. We have some CRM where we will be giving you teaching access and all those access, where you will be having a lot of learning resources. Okay, so this is something about the traditional thing and the other people are giving and what HackNow is giving. So this is like in a nutshell. People have joined recently. This is the 3 days workshop ITOM, like IT operations management. This is the full form. Of course, there is a registration link that we will be placing on the chat. You can register yourself for these batches. And as I told you, like there will be a link for one-on-one consultation. You can also do the consultation with us before booking the batches with us. Okay, of course, we will try to deliver all your services in these 3 day sessions. But apart from that, if you're not able to clear yourself with any of the doubts, then only you can book the consultation. But we are trying to cater 95% of the queries in this 3 days workshop itself. So that is what I told you, like everything will be covered in this 3 days workshop. That is the reason it's like a lengthy workshop of 3 days. But when you go with other people, you will not find 3 days workshop. It will be, first of all, people are not doing workshop. If they are doing a workshop, they are doing the demo. So there is a difference between the demo and the workshop. Demo is like they come ask people to join a specific session. They show like what is ITOM, they show the instance, they show the concept of the ITOM, and that is done. So we are not doing that level of demo. We are doing a workshop in order to understand the participant in wide range. First of all, like why you should enroll ServiceNow, then why you should enroll ITOM. Okay, so this is the workshop that we are investing 3 days. Uh, and our team is really working very hard in order to gather all the people on one platform, creating the PPTs, creating the technical terms and everything. So that is the reason we are just trying to help people to get the best knowledge, best career, and best transformation. So registration batches form is available, also consulting is available. So this is something about overall. And now when you ask about the training program overview, so we are starting second week of June. We have not decided the date still now. The reason is like, probably there might be up and down, so we don't have to fall into the bad commitments. So we will be
Hi,
giving
Tausif.
an, yeah, hello.
Hi, Deepak here. Now, one
Yeah,
thing I
Deepak.
was just going through the document that you were sharing, right? In terms of
Mm-hmm.
placement, you have mentioned minimum career support and placement. What does this mean?
Okay, let me go back. Um,
Second last.
Second last.
What do you say? Why you say minimum career support? What does this mean? I'm a bit confused with this line.
Okay. See, basically, this is something about the traditional providers that they are offering. So this is not about us. Okay. So people are providing a
Yeah.
minimal career. That means they are providing the career not to the wide level of extension, because when the training is completed, they will not touch you about their career. Like they will just ask you a couple of times, like, do you need job or how the things are going? So that
So
is the
you give
minimal support they are
guarantee,
giving.
you give guarantee placement, is it?
No, there is no guarantee. There is a difference. See, the red colors which I have highlighted is the traditional providers. That is not our things. Okay, when you see this comprehensive career services, including job placement assistance, this is our thing. So if I can just highlight from my cursor, this is something what Hacknow is delivering, and this is something what the traditional providers are delivering. So here we are not giving any guaranteed job placement, but we are driving in that way that we are giving you multiple drives, so that you can attempt multiple companies with our reference. Okay. And guarantee in the sense, but we will be giving you not any guarantee, but we will be giving the preference for our candidates when the company HR comes in, because we have a separate data that we give in the backend to the HR, that these are the people certified from us,
Internal
trained from us.
referrals. You're talking about
Yes.
internal referrals, right? Okay, continue. Sorry,
Yes.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to
No
clarify
problem.
this point.
No, 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 no. That's fine. Thank you. But yes, people can definitely ask the way Deepak has asked, that really, clear doubts for everyone also. So that is what, thank you, Deepak, for getting these questions to me. Okay. So second week of June we are planning, and 6 to 7 weeks of schedule it will be there. First Monday to Friday. Of course, people who would like to enroll for weekends, we can plan accordingly. And it will be a live instructor session. The trainer will be live. It will be not like recorded. I mean, like the session will be recorded, but it's not like a workshop that someone is. It's an automated session that we are delivering to you. It will be a live Q&A sessions, and the live training it will be there where you can open and ask the questions, and we will upload the recordings on daily basis to you. So this is something about delivery type. And but yes, I think I'm done from my end, and I would like to hand over this session to Jatin. So before I hand over, I would like to tell something about Jatin. So Jatin has overall 8 years of experience into a ServiceNow space, into ITOM space, and maximum 80% he has worked into the ITOM module itself. Um, and he has certifications for discovery, event management, and service mapping. And he is leading the project in his respective organization, where he's also on the client level. He's also on the customer level, and he's delivering the projects, taking multiple meetings, talking with the stakeholders, working on the very down level technical things, troubleshootings throughout the day with lot of patterns, lot of everything. So he is really amazing, and whatever trainings he has given in the past has really got good feedback from the students. And that is the reason we have introduced here, because I know like we have got a lot of registration based on the rollout that we have published. So we have got almost 80 plus registration to have attendance on this workshop. So Jatin would be taking the session from me, and he will be exploring with the technical exposure. But as said, you like feel free to open your mic and ask the questions if you have any doubts, and Jatin will be helping you. So Jatin, over to you. So you can share your screen and have something introduce about yourself. Of course, I've done from on behalf of you, but over to you, and thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you, Tausif. Thank you. Thank you for giving that great session and giving the all knowledge about the HackNow. So hi everyone. This is Himanshu. Basically, this is Jatin. So we are basically going to see the guys. Wait, I'm getting a lot of calls. Yeah, hi guys. Sorry. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes.
Himanshu.
Okay. So, guys, we are going to see the implementation part of the ITOM, and we are going to see what is ITOM, basically what's coming under over here. Okay, how many topics are we are going to be covered, the uses of the ITOM, why the companies are taking the ITOM right now, and specifically for the service now. There is a tools, there is a multiple platforms are there which is using the same compatibility and same aspects, but there is some certain things which is not supported by the other tools. That's why there is a platform comes with the service now which have the ITOM capabilities, right? And the ITOM is basically your IT operation management, right? So I'm going to be share my screen and we are going to see the whole things which is coming under the ITOM. Okay. And under that what we are going to be cover and what we are going to learn in next few days, and when we start the training, so what we are going to do under that training, and after the completion what you are going to do when you are aligned with the job, right? So let me share my screen and we can start.
Hi, Jatin. Tushar this side.
Yep. Yes, Tushar. So is it
Yeah,
my
just
screen is
wanted to-
visible to you guys?
Yes, your screen is visible. However, before you start, I just had a quick question. Is there any dependency of ITOM or ITAM?
Okay. So the dependency is you at least know the platform. Okay. Because that platform is going to be covered in your like the platform and development training. Okay. Like to navigating under the platform and some knowledge about the tables and some queries. Okay. And some basic knowledge about the IT infra that is required. Okay. Because the ITOM, you are going to manage all the IT infrastructure of the customer, right? And the customer, it could be your data center, your banking system, or your financial system, or anything, right? In the ITOM, you're going to manage their IT systems, the servers, the routers, the switches, and their rack devices and all. Making the inventory, populating the data, managing the life cycle, then preventing from the issues which is coming on the event management, creating the map of the hierarchical map of their applications and all, right? So that is at least you have to knowledge about their basic infrastructures, data centers, and some knowledge about the platform, how you have to navigate, what is filter navigator, what is stable under the ServiceNow and all. Okay.
Yeah,
More
no,
some of the
I get
basic we
that.
will
I get
cover.
that.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I'm already a risk and compliance certified, and I have implemented a couple of projects for risk and compliance with the
Great.
ServiceNow. Yeah. However, I just wanted to understand if there is any dependency, on the CMDB specifically, of the ITAM part, because that's what exactly
No.
what we are going to manage in ITOM, right?
Yeah, right. So aspect, if you have a specifically aspect for like you were talking about like just for the CMDB. Okay, so there is no dependency over there. If you wanted to learn the CMDB and storing the data and transforming the data into the like ITOM to ITAM. Okay, so there is no any dependency over it because the data in the both of the module you are going to be use the same one, right? In the ITAM also, you are going to be manage their IT systems, okay, where you are going to be managing the life cycle of the CI, right? Here you are maintaining the data into the CMDB, right? Whatever the data you're going to use in the ITAM, the ITSM, and your other modules, right?
Okay, great. Thank you.
So, any other questions? Anyone who have, or we can start.
I'm good.
Great. Okay, so first of all, let's discuss about the ITOM. So ITOM is basically your full form is IT operation management, where we're going to basically manage the customer's IT infrastructure. Okay, under that, we are going to plan and make the strategies to organize their IT infrastructure systems into the CMDB, what data they required to managing that CI, okay, as usage of the processes, as usage of the maintaining the inventory in the system, and also for managing their application services and their monitorings. Okay, so these 3 or 4 aspects we are going to be use, or we can use that to managing the customers IT infra. Okay, and this is basically mostly is a critical component. Basically, the ITOM is a very critical component for any of the company. Okay, because under that you are directly discussing or directly deep diving in their IT infrastructure, where the customers some sort of services are running, or they are giving their systems as a services. Okay, so in the both way they are providing their services, right? And that is a very critical component for the company because that is making the revenue for that, right? So in the ITOM, there is a 3 main components which we are going to do: the discovery, the service mapping, and the event management. Discovery, where we are going to importing the customer's infrastructure information, like how many servers they have, the infrastructure components like routers, switches, network devices, their storages, their IoT devices and so on. Okay. Then the next aspect is when you moving toward the service mapping. The service mapping is where you are creating the view of the service. Let's suppose customer is deployed the on-prem, they have deployed an on-prem system and they have a one application running in their system, right? That application is their own developed, right? But they wanted to see the hierarchical view of the application, like how many components are part of that application. Okay. And when you get that map, you will also determine, okay, how many impacts are I'm going to be get if any of the component is going to be down from this particular list of the CIs. Okay. So that finding of the impacts and showing the impact to the customer or your own NOC team, where we are going to use the event management. Okay. So under that, we are going to use the 3 components. That 3 components convert and compiled in the one box, and that is converted into the ITOM module. So the key objective was improving the service availability, reducing the operational cost, enhancing the incident management, automation and orchestration. So improving the service availability is basically ensure the IT system and application are available, operational, and meet the performance requirements. Okay, like the CI which is you are deployed in your system, it could be available and it could be live, right? And when we are talking about like it's ensured to like operational, so you will get the view like your CI, whatever you deployed. If I'm calling the term called CI, CI is a configuration item. In the ServiceNow term, we can say the CI, but we can say in the data center term, like that there is a server or there is a one device was deployed. Okay. ITOM discovery gives you the view, is your device is operational or not, and the performance also. Okay. When it's down, is it working or not? How many cores components are given to that particular machine to be run? Okay, so that is going to be we are going to be get under the reduce operational cost is basically that is for the streamlining IT process to reduce the expenses and improve the efficiency. So basically when you are implementing the ITOM, under the ITOM you are also using the life cycles and some sort of processes and some managing request and something. Okay, so these are going to be streamlining your IT operations, because without the ITOM you're using the some sort of other application which is you're using for raising the request for the server, and there is some other tool which is using for maintaining the data of that inventory, right? So on, so tools are there. So previously without the ServiceNow, what you are doing, you have to deep dive with the multiple tools, or you have to create one MOM layer of the system which is using the single system to storing the data from the different tools. But ServiceNow gives you that ability under the one tool. You can do everything, to managing, to creating a request, to creating an incident, or pulling the data, making the inventory, showing the noise, alerting and eventing. Everything was you can do in the single platform. You don't require any other platform to get the inventory or anything. Okay, there is options to integrate. If you require the data from the different tools also, you can do the integration with that. Second, enhancing the incident management, like quick detection, response to, and resolving the issue before the impacting business operations. That is, we are going to do the event management. Okay, so let's suppose there is a applications are running, and that application is going to be impact in, let's suppose in there is some alerts are coming. Okay, some minor alerts, but those minor alerts are coming in recurring way. That means there is some big are going to be happen with that particular CI, right? So we can create a alert remediation tasks when some of the alerts are comes recurring basis. We can create an incident for that, so that team knows before getting that impact. Okay, automation and orchestration we also have. We can do the automations and orchestration with the help of the ITOM and the ServiceNow, where let's suppose you wanted to restart any of the surveys, there is a event or alert is coming, there is a server which is in hang state or something. So most of these cases, what they do, there is a server team which has to go to that system. They have to restart that system and they have to do some certain configurations over there where the manual intervention required. But in the current time, we can do the integration with some automation tools where we have the Jenkins, where we have Ansible. For those, we can run the scripts in the platform, and that platform connect with that tools, and that Jenkins and your Ansible platforms will trigger the scripts, the automated scripts to the servers, and that server got automatically restart. Right. So that is your automation and orchestration under that. So any questions on that? Okay. So importance of the IT operation management in modern IT environment is right now. The IT operation management plays a crucial role, which is we know because we are maintaining the health and stability and efficiency of the IT services. Okay. It supports the business operations as its environment evolved to become more complex with the cloud computing, hybrid infrastructure, and microservices. The importance of the ITOM has growing significance here. Why ITOM is crucial in today's IT landscape. Basically, right now, in the IT infrastructure, we are not just in the part of the on-prem data centers. The few years ago, if we wanted to deploy any application in our set of work, we have to create our own data center, right? Where we have to deploy the server, we have to maintain their scalability, their health, their everything, right? But right now we move toward the next level where we have a cloud computing, right? We have a microservices there. We have a hybrid infrastructure, right? Where we don't have to manage those ones, but the infrastructure is got complex, right? Before, because like there is, let's take example for the cloud, but we are not managing. The cloud is managed by one of the server, one of the company, which is a cloud provider. Okay, but making the connectivity for me, making the configurations for that, making availability for my other customers, because if the system is in my on-prem data center, I can make it availability easier, right? But if it is in different data center from where I have to make it connectivity for the different source of customers, so I have to work with the cloud team also, so that we can make a connectivity, we can live our services, we can give the services to the customer, right? So it's make the complex. It's giving us the easiness, but it's also making the complex in the infrastructure part, right? So for ensuring the business continuity and service availability, there is some aspect we have to use it, like minimize the downtime, which is given by the ITOM. ITOM helps to preventing the unplanned outage by providing the monitoring and managing the IT resources, the event management, comprehensive infrastructure view, which is ITOM like a discovery and service mapping, give you the clear picture of your entire IT infrastructure, where you have the list of your data centers and their devices, and you have the hierarchical view of your applications. Okay. You have an event correlation root cause analysis system in the event management, which will give you the prior notification before getting the impact of your service. Okay. And task automation. It will automatically create the task for the particular team. Okay. Help of event management. Before getting impact of any of the device, it will give you the task. Okay, boss, there is a one certain CI where we are getting some sort of events, and that events is showing like it could be creating a critical impact for that particular CI. Okay, so before getting the impact, you have to work on that. So it will automatically create the task for the particular team, which you have defined in the discussion, in the prior discussion when you are doing the implementation of the ITOM, right? So the key modules: discovery, event management, service mapping. Discovery is going to be work to get the infrastructure information, identify and record all the IT assets, where we have the servers, network devices, applications. storages, cloud computers, okay, and all. We can do this automated CI population with the different types of tools and the ServiceNow discovery automation. Then we have event management, which we can use to monitor the IT systems and generate the event and alerts and create the tickets for the particular team. Service mapping, create a dynamic maps of the application or the relationship between the business services and their IT infrastructure, which will give you the landscape view or the hierarchical view of your application and IT infrastructure, how they have interconnected, in which node they are connected. If there is a one component is going to be impacted, how many services are going to be impacted, or how many components are going to be impacted with the first impact. Okay. So any questions on that?
Hello, hi Jatin.
Hi. Yes. Hi, Ganesh.
So, is event management and service mapping depend on the discovery?
Yes. So there is a two aspect. Okay. So one is like you want the alert and you also wanted to highlight in the devices. Okay, like what component is got impacted. Okay, and you wanted to see the impact in the dashboard. In that aspect and in this particular thing, you required the discovery. Okay, but if you just only want to get the alert, but you don't want to tag that alert with the CI, you just directly wanted to create the incident. But that is not done by any of the company. Okay, they first did the discovery and then they do the event management and service mapping. Okay, for making the tagging, like there is an alert comes, that alert is associated with which CI, that is a required thing. And as per the best practice, you have to do first discovery.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes. So let's discuss a little bit about the cloud computing. Right now, everything is coming into the cloud, right? Mostly the data centers are also migrating toward the on-prem to the cloud system, where it's giving you the scalability, it's giving you the lot of benefits when you are using the cloud computing in your system, right? The cloud computing refers to the delivery of the computing services, right? As a, like if I talk about in my manners, so I understand the cloud computing is a kind of a, like the systems which is your previously using in your on-prem data center. If you require any of this service, you can connect with your cloud provider. It will provide you the service. There you don't have to manage their any dependencies like deploying the servers and maintaining the nodes, maintaining the network infrastructure, and maintaining their other infrastructure components like the cooling systems and their scalabilities, their IT components, their monitoring teams and all. You don't have to make sure on that. That is going to be handled by your cloud provider. You just only have to use the service, right? That is your cloud computing. Under that cloud computing, there is some sort of services which you are going to be get. As per the bigger services, mostly the people are using the VM as a service, where you are getting the servers, storage as a service, database as a service, network as a service, software as a service, and right now most of the clustering part like the Kubernetes, the containerized systems are also going to be provided as a services, which we say the platform as a service, right? The PaaS services. Let's suppose if I wanted to deploy a web application. Okay, if I wanted to deploy that web application in my own system, what I have to do, I have to create one server, I have to take a lease line with the customer, I have to get the domain systems, I have to make sure there is a IT system, IT team will be available for me whenever the impact is going to be happen and everything. There is a so and so things, right? But when I'm going to deploy the same thing with the cloud, I just only have to put the request. Okay, they will give me a console. Under that console, I just only have to create one VM that is also created in the cloud environment, their own data center. I don't have to worry about that, like when it's going to be down, if there is a storage issue, who is going to be helping? No, that is all are handled by the cloud provider, right? I just only have to use my service. So that is your cloud computing. Now, the types of a cloud computing is, we have a three types of a cloud computing, where we have a public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. The private cloud, which is we known as, like, we have AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. The private cloud is like I have the public cloud. Sorry for the term. So the public cloud is basically your Azure, AWS, and Azure, which is created for the customers. I have deployed the public cloud that I have created to give the service to the customer, right? Let's suppose you are a customer, you want the VM, you can come to me, I will provide you the console, you will take that, right? You can use the service. I am providing you the service as a VM, right? So that is your public cloud. Okay. Then we have a second cloud, which is a private cloud. The private cloud is basically the dedicated infrastructure is used to exclusively by a single organization, either hosted on an on-prem system. Okay. That means you have created a system for your own work. Okay. You have your own sort of company. You have created your own cloud, and you have your own customers, which is taking up previous services from you. So what you have did, you have created your private cloud, and you are using that cloud to providing the services to your own customers, like your relatable customers, and your own services are running under that. So that is your private cloud, and that does not connect with the AWS, Azure, or any others, right? It is a separate private for you. There is a hybrid cloud system also, which is given by also your big stakeholders like AWS, Azure, and Google. What they are doing, they will give you the separate dedicated section in their data center for your cloud. Okay, let's under the private cloud, what we are doing, we are deploying our own server, we are creating our own cloud, right? But here Google Cloud creates and deploy the separate servers for you. We can take a cloud system, okay, and that is dedicatedly for you. No one is going to be come on that part, and no other customers data under that, okay, in the same server. So that is your hybrid cloud. Cloud computing stacks, we have a infrastructure as a service, where we are getting the virtualized systems, storage, networks. Okay, example, the Amazon EC2 and Microsoft Azure VMs, right? Platform as a service, we have discussed, where we are deploying the PaaS services, app engines, app services, TV services, and all. Software as a service, where we are using the Salesforce as a service, Microsoft 365 as a service, where we are taking the drives and all, right? So these are the SaaS services. So we have a three terms: IaaS, PaaS, which is a PaaS, and then SaaS. IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Benefits of the computing, we all know it's a cost efficient. We have a scalability, the cost efficient, like it's reduce the capital expenses by eliminating the needs of the hardware and the data center infrastructure, right? I don't have to worry for that. It will handled by my cloud provider. The scalability, whenever I required, let's suppose I have taken a 1 VM which have the 8 gig of RAM. Okay. If I required 8 to 16, it is easy to do. I don't have to create a new VM. There is a platform. I just only have to make the changes on the number. That RAM is automatically going to be assigned to that VM. Okay. But if I if I wanted to do into my own system, where in my own data center, what I have to do, I have to purchase a hardware for that, like another RAM stick. I have to shut down that machine. I have to put that stick over there, and I have to restart that services and the VM, right? So that I can use the 16 gig of RAM. So the scalability also makes easy into the cloud platform. Global accessibility. My private systems are only going to be accessible from my own infra. Okay, I'm not gonna be access that from the outside, because that is will give you the security concerns. Okay, but in the cloud you will get the access, and that is a secured access. You will get the disaster recovery, the DR systems. All we know, like the disaster recovery is kind of like there is a master, which is your DC. There is a DR also created whenever your master goes down or any impact or anything was going to be happen with that. They will automatically shift your services toward the DR. And DR is a total replica of your current infra. Okay. And the security. Security providing you the like secure environment, giving you the data security, no one can access your data and all. Where if you are maintaining these things, you have to create or deploy a separate team for the security, which they can make policies or everything. Okay. But in the cloud, you don't have to worry for that. You have to tell your provider, boss, I require the security kind of like that. I need this policies where this customer cannot see my this data, and if there is a pass service is not going to be access my other pass services secured data. So that is all are handled by the cloud provider. Now there is some challenges also there. Okay, the challenges are, first is security and privacy. So if we are talking about the security, that is giving us the benefits also, but that is also giving us the challenges, and we can say the impacts also. Like at the end, they are giving us the security to preventing from the data to seeing from the other customers. But we are also storing the data not in our data center. It is going to be stored in the cloud provider's data center, right? So that is also one of the concern. But most of the time, currently, when we are getting the platform and when we are connecting with the cloud providers, they will give us the letter. Under that letter, they will giving us the security sign-offs. Okay, so they are going to be take care of that. So right now, like currently, the security and privacy is a part of the challenges, but they are making sure us like they are not throwing our data to other customers. Okay, the downtime, we have to rely on the internet connectivity of the customers, and compliance, adherence to regularity and compliance standard can be complex. In the cloud computing, okay, they have a one certain scale set. Okay, they have a certain insert size for VM or PaaS services deployment, right? Under that, they have fixed their system. We have, if you wanted to deploy a VM, you have to select this t-shirt size. Okay, but it could be a possibility for me and for my specifically aspects of my own company audit terms. It could be a possibility whatever the t-shirt size they are providing, that is a compliant for me. Okay, those numbers are compliant for me. So we also have to adherence over there, like it's going to be impact, right? It's going to be reflect the different things. So that is your cloud computing. Then we have to move toward the ServiceNow or the discovery part. So any questions on the previous things? Okay, we are moving toward the ServiceNow discovery. So let's discuss about the specifically components, where we are going to see the first discovery, okay, in the ITOM, which is our first module in the ITOM module. Under the ITOM module, there is a some modules where we have a first one, the discovery. So ServiceNow discovery is basically a system which is interrogating with the customer's enterprise network and recognizing the device and application they host. Okay, and it's connect with that machine, it's fetch the information about that machine and store that information into the ServiceNow database. And that database we call the name as CMDB, the Common Management Database Service. Okay. So under that discovery, we are fetching the information and we are storing that. So under the discovery, we are making the inventory with the some certain of attributes. So if I'm talking about the attributes, these are the values. Okay, let's suppose if I'm scanning the server, what I required as an inventory for the server. So for the server, what I required a host name of the server, IP address, MAC address, serial number, and their operating system, their architecture of the CPU, their RAM, disk, install application, softwares, running processes, right? And some certain other informations like manufacturer, owner, and all, right? But some values like owner, managed by, support by, and these values are not discoverable values. Okay, that we can say the management values, the managing values, right? Managing values means because these values are going to be like the owner details and all our details are going to be used when we are doing the ticketing things for these particular components, right? And that is a manual attributes that we can say the manual input attributes in the system. Now moving toward the CMDB. So the CMDB is common management database. Okay, and that database is created specifically for ITOM in the ServiceNow. Because when we implement any of the module in the ServiceNow, it will create a separate table for that particular module. For the ITSM, we have some certain key tables. For the ITOM, we have a CMDB key table. For the your HAM and SAM, there is some certain tables. For your SecOps, GRC, and other tools, we have some certain specific tables where we store the data, right? So for the ITOM, we have a CMDB, and the CMDB is kind of a table which is a very tricky table that have a parent and child relationship. So that means there is a one key table, which is we can say the CMDB, but it's bifurcated into the multiple terms. Okay, terms in the sense the type of a devices. The CMDB is a one table. It's bifurcated into the two tables, which is a CMDB CI, the configuration item table, and CMDB rel underscore CI, which is a relationship table. One table stored all your hardware and software components, and second table stored your all the relationships between hardware to hardware or hardware to software or software to hardware. Okay. Under that means what I'm saying, there is a parent, a CMDB, and there is a child called CI and relationship. But those childs also have the childs. That means now the childs are converted into the parent and that have a multiple childs. And those childs also have their own childs, right? So that is the term we call the extensibility. Okay, extensibility means we are extending one table into the two parts. Like in your laptop, if you put one single hard drive and you will make a partitions of that, so you have the two different separate data storage options, but initially the drive is one single, right? Logically you divided, physically that is a one single device, but logically it's parted into the two separate boxes, right? But under this ServiceNow, it will create a relationship also. That means if you are in the parent class, you will see all the child class data, but you cannot see your parent data into that in the sitting class. Okay. If I'm talking about the classes is nothing. Classes is a type of a devices. Okay. Let's suppose if I talk about the Windows class, that means I'm talking about the Windows type device and Windows table. Okay, the class is nothing. Class is the name of that particular device type or table name. Okay. So the CI and relationship CI have their own bifurcations. Okay. So relationship, mostly we are storing the relationship. So we don't have a types under the relationship, but we have a different bifurcations in the CI table. So CI have the first two bifurcations. One is your hardware, second is your software components. Okay, that means your configuration item stores are hardware components and software components. Under the hardware components, what you have? Under the hardware components, you have server information, network information, storage information, whatever the hardware device you have, like your monitor and any other hardware components. Okay, Cisco router, switches, access points, firewalls, load balancers, Windows, Linux servers, and all. Then again, we have a software class. Under the software class, we store the software information, and the software information is look like your databases, DB, like Apache, service, and under the DB you have SQL, MySQL, MongoDB, PostgreSQL. Same for the services, you have Apache, Tomcat, Java, and so on. So okay, so they are going to be stored in software component table. So benefits of having the CMDB, we already discussed. If we have the data of the CI and components, we can use that data to leverage our other modules. Under the incident, we can tag the CI. Is there any issue with that particular CI? We can create an incident, we can create a problem ticket, we can create a change for that. And change is specifically used for the customers, right? Mostly the change are going to be used an incident. The change is used for whenever the customer wanted to change in their infrastructure, like they wanted to implement the network policies, they wanted to increase the RAM, hardware, software, or anything into the server, they have to raise a change. And when they raise a change, they have to select the server under which server they wanted to do the change. Okay, so that is we got the access into that, and we can use it, right? So any questions on that? Whatever we have discussed last.
Yeah, Justin, a quick question to shout this side.
Yeah.
So ServiceNow Discovery, as you explained, and as to my understanding, does it? So it basically identifies all the devices or assets through the network scan, right?
Right. That we can discuss when
So
we separately discuss about the discovery, right? All like what is the requirement, how they are making the connectivity, when they enter into the machine, what is the process of entering over there, right? So after that, if you have any other there, you can ask.
Sure.
Okay. Because when we do the discussion over there and when we jump into that, so it will not make like that slide don't give you the proper explanation, right?
Sure.
Okay, so we have discussed about the bifurcations of the CMDB main class. So you can see that is the bifurcation. And when we are talking about the CI, the infrastructure component, that's a part of your hardware and software component. Okay. So hardware contains your all the hardware components, and application contains your all the application components, server information and all, right? You can see that diagram we have. The CI have the hardware, right? Hardware table and application table. Under that you have app services, app servers, and in the hardware you have computer and you have servers. Got it? And you have also the network and storage here. Okay. So this is the diagram which is giving us. Yeah, Tushar, you have I think something.
Do we also have the capability to discover the cloud assets?
Yes, we have the capability. We can separately scan the whole cloud platform to discover their resource groups, security groups, their all the VMs and their VM components and their tags and everything. We have that capability. We can do that.
And those will
Not
be
just
stored in
for-
these tables.
Yes, these are going to be stored under these tables.
Okay.
Not for just cloud. We can also do for the OpenStack, OpenShift, Aruba, Cisco. Lot of things are there. Okay. So the mostly customers are using ITOM because of that particular platform. We cannot say the tool. ServiceNow, it's not a tool. It's a platform, right? Because it's a PaaS as a service. Platform as a service, right? That have a capability and we have a leverage and we can use the ServiceNow platform to integrate with various types of platforms to fetch the data. And that have a various type of integration types, right? You can do with the API, you can do with the out of the box plugins. You can use your SNMP traps and so on. You have that capabilities in the ServiceNow. That's why right now the customers are morely using ServiceNow. So I will tell you how the discovery works, basically, how this is connecting with the ServiceNow to the customer's data center, because they both are in the different data centers. Let's suppose that we have a ServiceNow and ServiceNow have a data center in US, let's suppose, right? And this is our customer. It's a XYZ server customer, which is sitting into the India, and under the India, it's in any city location, right? But we cannot directly connect to the ServiceNow to the customer network. That is not possible because that's a PaaS service and that's a raw components. These are the raw components where we have to make a connectivity, right? So that is not going to be directly communicated. For this, we require the mid server. That is a mediator for us to making the connectivity from ServiceNow to customer's data center or any other cloud platform. Okay, so this tool, this is really a tool. This is not a platform. This is a tool which is created by the ServiceNow as a mid. The name is mid server, which we use to put it as a mediator between two platforms. Okay, so whenever we trigger the discovery or anything toward the customer side, it will create the ServiceNow trigger one probe, or we can say the queue. Okay, the probe will send toward the mid server. Mid server read the probe. Okay, what the ServiceNow wanted to do from my side. Okay, he wants the IP address of the server. Okay, or maybe the name of that server, because you have to provide something to find that server, right? So mostly the discovery runs with the IP address, not with the name or any other component. If you wanted to do the scan for particular CI, we want to put the IP address under that. Okay, when we put the IP address, mid server read. Okay, the ServiceNow want to connect with this with this server, which have the IP address is this. Let me connect with him. Let me pass the data, and I have to send to the data to the ServiceNow. So that means when the connection is initiate from the ServiceNow, it goes to the mid server. Mid server read that instruction. Mid server not send the request from the ServiceNow directly to the server. Now the mid server create the request to the server, fetch the data, store into the mid server, and send back to the ServiceNow. Okay, so that is the way of communication which ServiceNow have for the ITOM wherever the mid server is required. Okay, into the ServiceNow. So this is all we have the slides, guys. So that is how the connectivities and everything's are there. Now, in the next step, I'm going to show you the things in the live way, how the discovery works basically, and what we are going to get, how the things are visible into the platform. So I can ask a question like, how many of you already aware about the ServiceNow platform? And the people who have already seen the ServiceNow discovery platform, already seen in their like working sessions, or they are already working in different modules, but they have seen the ITOM discovery. Anyone? No one? Is it my audible, guys?
Yes, Jatin.
Okay. So I think you guys are never interact with the ServiceNow ITOM, right? I can take it like that.
Yes.
Okay. I suppose to be some of the people will be part of the ServiceNow, but okay, no problem. That is a very very new thing for you guys. You are going to be see the ServiceNow platform. I will give you. I am going to be share my screen. You can see. Okay. So just let me know once the screen is visible to you guys.
It's visible.
Good. Thank you for acknowledging. Okay. So this is our platform. Okay. This is how it's look like. The badging of the service now. The navigation bar where we have some key top buttons. Okay, which we are going to use for the navigation. In the middle, it will showing in which page you are right now. Okay. Then our scopes and update sets, it's going to be shown. Then we have some certain informations kind of a thing. Okay. The chat options, the discussion options, the help center, the notification center, and the information about the your profile information. Okay. Everything. And you can take it for your own platform also. So have you ever guys taken any ServiceNow platform for your own? That is we call the PDI, personal development instance. Have anyone did that already? No one? I can make it like no one did it. Guys, please be interacting. You know, like if we can interacting, that means we are in the discussion, right? Vamshi, you have anything, right? Okay, Vamshi already have the instance. Tushar is already have. Okay, the rest persons who does not have their own PDI and they wanted to see this in this platform before joining the sessions of the training. So you guys have to go to the developer.servicenow. Okay. You have to go to this developer.servicenow.com. Under that, you have to register with your email ID. You can use your personal email ID also. That is not required any corporate email ID. Okay. And where you can take your own PDA for your own work. Okay. So I will give you some basic things about that platform. Okay. The basic things was there is a top navigation bar and then we have a banner. Under the banner, we are getting all the portal informations and everything. So under the service now, there is some different views. In which view where we are, that is a navigation view. That is we call the native view. Okay.
I think
Yes.
somebody, Vamsi is having a doubt, so he's raising his hand.
Yeah, I called her name, but he didn't. She didn't respond. So Vamsi, if you have any question, just please ask.
Guys, instead of raising your hands, please feel free to unmute yourself and please directly ask the questions because the trainer may
Yes.
not be able to see you guys.
Yeah, because I'm just looking to my different screen, right? Okay.
I
So
think
let's move
Ramesh, do you have any questions? You raise your hand.
No.
Ramesh came.
No, I don't have any.
Vamsi, are you there?
Okay, so Vamsi also
Yeah,
don't have
Jyoti,
the doubt
nothing.
because she updated, right? Okay, guys, I'm continuing. Now moving. Okay, so in ServiceNow have a different views where we have different views like this. In which view we are sitting, that is a native view. We have a portal view also. We have a customer view also, right? And we have a different views which we can create for as per our own requirement, but that is a part of our development trainings. Okay, where you can learn what we call for this part and all, but I will give you that So when you are clicking on all, here you will get the filter navigator. The filter navigator will give you the all the modules which is coming in your system, and you can move toward that modules. Okay, let's suppose if I wanted to go to the discovery, I can search for the discovery here, and I will get the discovery module over there. Okay, under that discovery, I'm getting a lot of things like this is the discovery module. Here I have a home, the sub module over there, the cloud configurations, the discovery schedules, status, automations, credentials, mid servers, and all. Right. So this we are going to use for navigating to the platform. Okay. If you want to make any of the navigation point to be favorite, you have to click on this star icon, and you can add it into the favorite, and those are going to be visible into the favorite. History will give you where you have navigated previously. Workspaces is the dashboards. Okay, where you can see the data as per your reporting kind of things and the KPIs. Okay, and the admin panel. As per the admin, I'm an admin of this panel, so I have some certain things where I can see like the upgrades of the system, the configuration hubs, security systems, my subscriptions of this application, application manager, adoption blueprint, now assist, okay, and the admin home, where I can do all the admin kind of a task. Okay. Now moving toward the discovery. So the discovery itself have their own prerequisites, which we have to first done, because let's moving toward the back. What we are doing into the discovery, we are going to do the scan of the IT infrastructure, right? And under the IT infrastructure, we are going to scan their servers, their network devices, their storages, and so on so hardware devices, right? And it could be a possibility we are going to discover the cloud infra and their software infra, right? So every component have their own prerequisite, right? I will give you the upper layer of overview of that prerequisite. If you the rest we can discuss into the our training sessions, the deep dive of the things, because we have to cover a lot of things in these sessions, right? So under the prerequisite, what is going to be covered? So we have seen like how the service now making the connectivity with the customer's data center. So there is a mid server which is making the connectivity, right? But if you wanted to interact with the customer's services or servers, you required some authentication mechanism, right? You required the address of that machine, which is we call the IP address, right? They required some sort of connectivity from the mid server to their services, because when any of the customer data center is going to be deployed, as per this standard security practice, they will make the connect security firewall setups and all the things in between the servers and connectivity, so that one server cannot directly connect to the second server. Okay, if you want to make a connectivity between two servers, you have to put the policy into the firewall, because right now the firewall is stopping the connectivity. Okay, so you have to tell the customer, boss, if I wanted to discover the Windows server, I required the credential. Okay, and from my mid server which you have deployed, okay, in the customer infra, that is able to connect with your all the machines in some certain ports, the network connectivity ports, right, which will give you the direct connectivity. Next, when you get that, now you require the IP address of that machine and you have to run the discovery. Okay, so I will show you one of the mid server which I have configured in my system. So for navigating toward the mid server list, you have to type the mid server and you will see the mid server list or the mid server. Okay, you have to click on the mid server, you will get the list. Okay, so under the mid server, it will give you the name of the mid server, the machine where it's installed, the status is up or down, the validation, is it mid server working fine or not, their version of the mid server, and that version is basically the platform version. Okay, because ServiceNow have a versions in the platform. Okay, when I was started from the Rome version. I think before the room there is a one more, the Madrid or something was there. And so I was started from there. And right now the latest version is Yokohama, and there is a one more version comes, which is not coming right now, but it's gonna be come in next few days, or I think in next month they are going to be released. Okay. When it's last refreshed, and the IP address of this one, and the user which is we are using to logged into that mid server, because it's communicating to the platform. We cannot make it the communication without any authentication, because if it is without the authentication, anyone can interact with that session and decrypt the data, right? But as per the security government, it's required the authentication mechanism. Okay, that we can see how we can install the mid server and everything in our training sessions. Okay. Now, so under the mid server, you can also open that as a form view. So this is, we can say, the list view, that is a table list view, and that is a form view of the record. Okay. So this is my record. That is the records form view. You can see there is a lot of things are coming, the idle time, idle infrastructure, progress of the machine, where it's installed, the name of the machine, and everything, right? So now, what we are going to do in which laptop? So this mid server is installed in my laptop where I'm giving you the session. Okay. And it is visible as a service. I will show you that service also. So you can see, guys, I have installed the multiple mid servers for the multiple platforms. Okay. So mid server, mid server, mid server. So these are the services running in the backend of my laptop. That's why that under the ServiceNow platform, it's showing the mid server is up. Okay. Now, so any questions as of now? Anything which you wanted to discuss, guys?
The second one, the SMC mid-server whites down, and there is no version for.
So basically, that is the demo mid server. Okay, that I'm not running right now. That is putting as a showing you like when the service is down, how it's look like.
Okay.
Okay. When it comes up, when it's validated, it will comes with the same values. Not the same values, it's the different value, but they have that same values, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So now we are going to run the discovery for my own laptop, and we are going to see what data we are going to get when we run the discovery, when we initiate the scan for any of the machine. Okay. Let me get the IP address of my machine. And you can also do the scan for your own laptop, guys. That is also possible. So I have copied the IP address of my machine. I have to navigate toward the discovery schedule. So under the discovery schedule, I have an option to do the quick discovery. So the quick discovery is a task where you can select your IP, put the IP address and select your mid server, and you can initiate the scan of the machine. Okay. This is for one single IP at a time, but we also have the option to put the numbers of IPs, and we can also schedule that scan for particular time if we wanted to recurring scan the system. Okay. Let's suppose I have started the scan. You can see the scan is started, showing the state is active, showing the discovery logs, the logs of the scanning, and under the device it's showing like there is a Windows device which you are scanning under this IP, and the ECC queues is showing you the communication between mid server and ServiceNow. Okay. Let's refresh, and you can see under the class it's found. Okay, this is the computer which you are scanning. Okay, let's wait for more. It will gives us the name of the machine also, and under that machine we will see the more information about that laptop. What inside of that? What is the architecture of that? Okay, let's wait for that. So this is the PDI, guys. So it's gonna be take time because usually the real time system and the PDI always be little slow, right?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, Jyoti. Actually, I'm not able to see the discovery module in my Navigator.
Okay. So first of all, you have to activate. Okay. When you take the instance, it will comes with the OOB configuration. OOB means you're out of the box. Okay. These are the subscriptions. Okay. Which is going to be purchased by the customer, right? But in your PDI, you have to go to enable these functionalities. Okay. For enabling the functionalities, I'm navigating you. When you go to the development instance, okay. When you go to the developer.servicenow and logged in, there is a first page comes where you can see start development, right? The button where you click and you will transform toward the instance, right? When you see in the right hand side top corner, there is a circle icon shows with your names icon, right? Where you can see your profile, correct? You have to click on that. When you click on that, you will see the list is coming in the left hand side corner where you can see there is an active plugin option, correct? Under the activate plugin, you have to search for the discovery. When you find that, there is an activation button. You have to click on activate. It will take some time to activate that plugin. Once that activate, it will the ServiceNow send you the mail. Okay, this plugin is activated in your system. Once that activated, you have to re-come to your instance or re-log into that instance. And when you search that, you will be find those modules.
Okay.
Okay. So now you can see the discovery is completed. The status is changed to the completed. We can refresh. When we refresh, you can see it's showing the name of the CI. Correct? Let's open that CI. This is the name of my machine, the host name of my laptop. Once we open the details about that laptop and what the ServiceNow scans. ServiceNow scans the name, the manufacturer, the serial number, the model ID. Okay, the static things. OS details, the configuration of the laptop, work group, Windows 11 Pro, the version, the DNS, the storage of my machine, RAM of my machine, CPU type, CPU hertz speed, CPU count, CPU core count. Okay, it will create a relationship with the my running applications. So under my laptop, I'm running the MongoDB and PostgreSQL to running one of my application. Okay. So it's also able to discover those MongoDB and MySQL instance, and it's created the relationship with this. Okay, because it's saying like these two applications, because as per the IT infrastructure, these are the major applications where the customer runs their real-time services. Okay, so it's created the related items like this computer is running this two core computes or services. If this CI is going to be impacted, so it's impacting this services. Okay, I'm going to be show you the view also of that. There is a one view is also going to be created, that is we call the dependency view. Okay, it's also discovered the network adapters, how many adapters is put it in my laptop. So I have a 4 adapters. One is Wi-Fi, one is local, which is Ethernet. 2 is my virtual adapters. Okay, where I have a different IP addresses for that. The storage devices, I have a 1 SSD. File system, how many file systems I have? I have a 1 single file system, which is a C drive. Install softwares, how many softwares are installed in my system? Okay. Running processes, how many processes are running in my backend? The serial numbers, CI IPs, the IP addresses, the DNS detail, memory module. Okay, the RAMs. I have a 2 sticks of RAM, 8 gig, which is total is 16 gig, and the TCP connection. This is the real-time connection which is made by my laptop, like making or connecting or listening. Okay. So this is the out of the box service now going to be get when we run the discovery for server or laptop. For the network, it's different things. For the other devices, it's a different thing. Okay. Then we have a dependency view, which is created by the ServiceNow discovery. That dependency view will give us the hierarchical view of my components. Okay, so we have a dependency view for showing the hierarchical view. So under that, you will see this is my laptop, which have the dependency of these all the components. If any of the components got impacted, it's impacting my this computer. Okay, and if my this computer is going to be impacted, definitely my these services are also going to be impacted, right? So these kinds of view you are going to be get, and that view is not just dependent on this, like it's not just a short like this. You have a more different views, but for that you have to discover the underlying infra also. Like that device is connected with one router, so I have to scan the router. So when I scan the router, that router is also that router node is going to be connect here. Okay, so that you can see, okay, if the router is going to be impact and the node is going to be impact, that node is connected with any of this network adapter, and that network adapter is going to be impacted. Correct? So any questions as of now, guys? Now I have given you the overview of the discovery running. So now we are starting the QA session. Whatever you wanted to discuss with me, let's discuss. Whatever you wanted to need a more understanding over there, let's discuss. Okay, and let's do that. Anything which you wanted to discuss, let's start. You have a free time for that. Anything which you wanted to discuss, guys? Let's ask a question. This is a QA session. We can do the question and answers now.
Can we create like mid server in our PDA?
Yeah, you can create your own mid server in your laptop, and it will visible to your PDA that I can give
Okay,
you the session.
so how we can create that?
That is some certain steps which you have to follow. That is itself a process. Okay, like you have to see when you are doing in your laptop, so you don't require more thing. Okay, you have to just download the file. You have to put that file into the one area where you want it to install, and you have to fulfill some certain things under that, and it will create the Met server. Okay, but when you are going to do the same thing in the customer environment, you have to make sure some certain prerequisite to be fulfilled and some certain baseline things which you have to first complete. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else who want to ask the question?
Like if we install Windows Meet Server, can it discover the Linux machines?
Yes. But the Linux cannot give you the view to discover the Windows.
Thank you.
So any other questions, guys? So you guys are a pro in ITOM, I can say. That's why you guys are not asking the questions, guys. This is the session for you. You have to ask us multiple questions. Why we require a mid server, guys? You can ask it like that, okay? Because I'm not completing the whole things. You have to create a multiple questions here. Now let's do one thing. Do you guys want a session for installation of the mid server? But I'm not gonna be do that. I wanted one volunteer who is going to be doing their own system. Anyone who is interested to do that. If not, then I'm going to wrapping that session. Hello, guys. Are we there? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, Palmi. Thank you for acknowledging. At least someone is acknowledging my voice. Okay, no problem, guys. So here I have shown you the things. If anyone wants the sessions for the mid server installation, okay, I will give that. Anyone who have already taken the PDI in their system, they can share their screen. Okay, I will give him the instruction to do the installation and he can do by their own self. So now you're going to be learn the installation of the mid server. If you want, then raise your hand.
Yes, please go ahead and raise your hand if you are interested.
Yes,
Because
Jatin.
that is the session
I
of
got
the
the
installation.
PDF.
Okay, you have got the PDF.
Yes.
Can we do that?
Yes. If you guide me, I will do that.
Okay, great. That I wanted to do, guys, because we are here to learn something, right? We are not just here to just listening someone, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Just a
Vamshi,
minute.
do you want any of the question? Please ask, not to write it down, because you know, for reading the questions in the chat, it's not easy for me because I have shared my screen, right? I have seen like you are raised one question. Or if you have any difficulty or like you are some sort of area where you cannot speak, just let us know. At that time, we will take it. We will take care of that. Because I know this is some of the people are in their office and they are working. They cannot show these things, right? We have this like kind of a bondings. Okay, so
Yes,
Vamsi
I'm
raised
sharing my screen.
questions like, yeah. So you can share your screen, and I'm reading the Vamsi's question. She's saying like, are we going to learn pattern-based mapping and traffic-based mapping? So the both. So Vamsi, your question is good. So basically, we are going to see the both of the terms, because when we are doing the service mapping, the both of the terms we are going to use. Okay. And who is sharing the screen is Manik, right?
Money.
Okay, so Manik, you are in the different view. That is an app engine view. Okay, so by default, I think you are landing toward this view, right? So what you have to do first, go to your profile page. Can you? Is it possible? Can you move it toward there? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Now click on your yes, naming icon.
Okay.
Okay. User role is there. Can you just scroll it down a little bit? Okay, let's zoom in out. Yes. So manage REST by instance, remove demo, change user role, release instance. So can you click on the change user role?
Change user.
Yeah. Basically, when you are clicking to start build, I think it's moving toward the app engine, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's already selected for the admin, so that you can move it toward the admin. And okay, it's already there. You can go to that same page and you can make a changes in the URL. I will tell you what you can make it. Okay. Remove the now, from the now to the end.
From here?
Yes, from here. Just remove everything. Okay. Now put. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Type now/nav. NOW/nav. And
Now.
yes.
Hmm.
Okay. Press enter. It's saying like nav is not there, right?
Yes.
Can you just put the now and remove nav? Let's see. I think it's not giving you the proper access under that. It's not able to find. Can you go to the that your developer, this one? You have the app engine installed, Creator Studio installed, ServiceNow Studio installed, and you have an admin role. Can you again click on the start build? It's taking toward. Okay,
Yes.
now you are there, right?
No, it is.
But it's again moving toward the app engine studio, right?
Yes.
I think on that side they mentioned some banner, I think, right?
No, it's same for me also.
No. That is not because of the banner. So when you are taking the first time to the PDI, it will give you the role of the other one. Okay, where whenever you move it toward that one, it will take you to the App Engine Studio system. Okay. Wait, let me tell you what you have to do. So change user role. Okay, so it's showing you the, okay, go to the change user role and select the app engine first. Okay. Change the user role. There is a button called change user role. Let's wait for that. Okay, so change user role is done. You have to click on done and just close it and refresh your this first page. Not this one. You have to close this one. This one. Yes. Reload that tab. Now again open that one, the same one. And I think it's showing you some also the experience development instance PDA. Our team is currently okay. Can you go back to the previous one? Yes, they have the appearing. Okay, there is one issue is going on. Can you go back to the previous tab? They
Yes.
have highlighted one. We are currently experiencing issue with
Yeah,
the
actually,
personal
that is what I
development
was
part.
trying to say when I mentioned banner.
Apologize and okay, that banner you are talking about, right?
Yeah.
That I have seen right now. Okay, so
Because
I think
last week also a couple of people got issues in opening thing. There is some service now maintenance going on probably.
Correct,
Can
because
you
they
share
are
my
right
screen?
now they are
I'm unavailable
basically
in PD.
okay, you can no problem. You can share your screen.
Again, you can change your user role also. It's working fine. I have just checked out.
Okay.
This one, what needs to?
You, the money, you can
Yeah.
go back and change your toward admin and let's check if it is changed or not. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And
Good, sir.
who is sharing the screen is Suresh,
Suresh.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Suresh, now we are going to install the Met server and everyone see that what we have to do. So Suresh, under the filter navigation, I think you have taken the older environment, right?
Yeah.
Great, man. It's a very old environment. I have worked in I think last 2 to 3 years ago. Okay, now search for Met server here. You can see under the Met server you have got the module and we have an installation instruction and we have downloads. Okay, so click on downloads so that we can get the downloadable files. Okay, I will give you some information about that. So for installing the Met server, you have two types of installation process. One is a GUI, the graphical user interface, where you can see the installation like that. Typically, we see the screen when we are installing any of the application in the computers, right? There is a dialog box comes where you have to fulfill some values and clicking on the next and install, right? When we are using these kinds of platforms, at that time for those versions, it's a best practice for service. The GUI.
Yes, Jiten, I got the instance.
Okay, but right now, in the current scenario, ServiceNow changed their best practice for installing the Met server. Now the best practice is using the installation with the configuring the custom files. Okay, and that is a very easy way. Rather than to using this installer, the file changing is a very easy way. So you have to scroll it down to the bottom. There is a button called download Met server as a zip archive. Okay, you have to check this box. Then you have you will get the two options. One is for Linux, one is for Windows. Okay. So, and we are in the Windows machine. So what we have to do, there is a download icon. You have to click on that. It will download the Met server file in your system.
Sorry to interrupt. I have one question. Can we download this in our like office or laptop or personal?
Okay, so for that, I will give you the things also. If your office laptop have some kind of a VPN things which you wanted to use to connect with your office infra, okay, at that case, it's not gonna be work, okay, because and also in the office laptop, you cannot put the admin rights to that application, right? When you clicking on the run as administrator, it's required your own administrator passwords, right? Which is not which is your IT admin password, right? So you cannot use over your laptop. But if your office laptop does not have these kinds of a security restrictions, okay, then you can do it. Then because it's not going to be hampering or any alert or something in your laptop. Okay. But
Yeah,
I
sorry,
prefer
I'm on
when you
office
are in
laptop.
okay, so no problem. But when you are in your like learning phase, I suggest use your own laptops. Any of the laptops will work, okay, because at that time you can make a lot of changes under your laptop, okay, which is not going to be impact your laptop, but you can learn some new things, right? Because after that, when you start the discovery, you require
And
creating a credential.
what about that now learning portal? If we purchase discovery course, in that course we have like
Okay.
so
Under
we
that
can
one,
install, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah. So I will tell you, under that, under the discovery or the mid-server installation process, they will give you the mid-server installation instructions, right? But they cannot give you the proper installation steps. They will give you the mid-server where they just give you, okay, go to the mid-server table and just validate that mid-server. That's it. Okay. So that is the one major issue with the now learning trainings, and also for everything. They don't have the proper labs.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so anyone here who is in their own laptop? I can make it one more thing here. We are going to see the one more aspect of the using the ServiceNow instance with the different teams. Anyone who is joined that session with the different laptop or their own laptop, but they don't have the ServiceNow access, not required. Like they don't require the ServiceNow access right now, but they have to be in your own laptop. Anyone? All of us are joined with the office laptop?
No, Jitin. I have joined from my own laptop.
Okay, you have joined with your own laptop. So your PDA is started?
Yeah.
So you can share your screen. Now let's start. Let's do it. Follow the same steps to go to the download options.
Download straight?
Yes, click on downloads. Scroll it down. Click on the checkbox. Click on the download icon of the Windows. And your download is started. So let's wait. Okay, when it's downloading, let's do some certain steps under the our instance. Okay, so go to the filter navigator. Remove this mid server. Type sys underscore user remove the underscore, please. Put dot, type capital list, NIST, capital. Press enter. Anyone knows what I have did it here?
You are opening the users list.
And open the user table where we have the list of users. For navigating toward the tables into the ServiceNow, you can directly put the backend name of the table. Okay, the sys underscore, that means the system underscore user table. Okay, so for putting the capital list, when we put the dot capital list, the tab is going to be open in the new window. When we put the small letter list, it will open in the same tab. Okay, got my point? So whatever the user you are going to be create, any sort of type of a user you can create in this table. Got it? Let's suppose if you wanted to give the access to different user, let's suppose you want to give your access to the Poonam, right? And you want to share your instance to the Poonam. You can create one user with the Poonam and you can give the admin rights to her and give your URL to her. Whenever she can open, she can log in with their user credentials.
Okay.
Okay, and she can work on that. Now, click on new. There is a right hand side top corner. There is a new where we are going to create a new record under that. So when we are in the table, so we call we call it like creating a records, deleting a record. We cannot say like I'm creating a user. I'm creating a user record right now, okay, which is act as a user. So under the user ID, you can give any of the name which is we are going to use to. Okay, so when we are creating a user, this is the user which we are creating for the mid server, because now the mid server is going to be communicate with my ServiceNow instance. Okay, so that means that's a API call is going to be happened at that time. So mid server required the credential, because without the credential they cannot communicate between each other, right? We required some authentication mechanism. So here we are going to be create a user which we are going to give the abilities to communicate with the mid server, the roles, okay, and that user we are going to use the installation part. Okay, so under the user ID you can give the name called mid or like server or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, first name you can put it like mid and last name you can put like server, or you don't put the last name, remove last name, because when you put the server same name here, it will give you the error. Okay, now just do one thing, just save it. Don't click on submit. When you do the submit, it will go to the different page. Okay, just save it from here. Now your user is created. Okay, we have to give the role to that user. So go to the bottom of the record and you will see there is a roles tab was there. Added the role. Under the collection, search for mid. So that is the role. Click on that, take it toward right side. Save it. So we have created the user with the role of mid server. Now we have to set the password. So we are not going to set the password from here. Okay. Because when we are going to set the password from here, it will give their own string. So that we are not going to use. What we have to do, go back to your user list. I'm gonna give you a very easy way. Okay. For going back to the user list, click on the back arrow, right? Click again. Not this one. Yes, yes. Again, click on this one. Again. Yes. So now,
one minute, please.
Oh, sure, no problem, sure. So guys, anyone have any questions right now? Where the Manik is in mute right now. Anyone ask any question? Let's discuss.
Yes, any question till now?
Do we use any scripting in mid server, Chetan?
We can use it, but it's totally depend on our work, what we wanted to do. Okay. You have to like make it a scenarios. Okay. So let's suppose you want to do some kind of a task using of the scripts. Okay. Like in the server, you want to run some script to compile something or doing something. That in that case you can do. We have the abilities, but mostly we cannot do that. Okay. Because ServiceNow itself can do those things.
Yeah, Jatin, I'm back.
Okay. So let's go back to the screen. Okay. Now in the right hand side corner, there is a new button. Then we have an action on the row. Then we have a gear icon, right?
This one.
Yes. This is we call the personalized list icon. Okay. Under that, you can personalize the options and the list which is here, like what columns is visible here. Okay. So from the available box, you can type P for finding the password attribute. Okay.
Right.
Say type P for parrot. Press the P button in your laptop or
Yeah,
in your
it is.
keyboard. Okay, so just take it toward right side so that we can get the password field over there, and take it to the upper side after the name. Yeah, just save it. Just make it okay. So guys, who does not know the system, how it's work, so this is how it's work. This is how you have to personalize the list and everything. Got it? Now, Manik, you have to search your user here. Okay. So this is your user. Just double click on that field and just change the password. And I will give you the password acceptance of this service now. First letter is always capital. Then you have to use some small letter. Then you have to at least use one symbol. Then you have to at least use some numbers. Okay. If you are not putting that, it's not considering your password. It will again be on this previous one. Okay.
Yeah.
Done?
Yes.
Okay. Now we have done with the user. Okay. Now we have to start the installation. So can you go to the download area of your laptop? Here you have downloaded that file. In the files you have download box, right?
Yes. Can I open?
You can click on that.
It is asking some.
Okay, let's do one thing. First, close all of this. Whatever this saying to you, just close this. Okay. Now open your file. The file icon which is visible. Yes. Okay. Go to the downloads. Okay. This is your downloads, right?
Yes. Yes.
Double click on that. Is it asking you? Okay, now there is an agent folder, right?
Yeah.
Click on that.
There
is an extract 2 is there. Initially you have installed, like right now you have installed the vendor in your system. That's why it's visible like that. When we are coming into the training sessions, the real training sessions, where I will tell you when you don't have these kinds of a tool, how we have to do. Okay. Now what we are doing basically, when we download the Mitso, it comes as a compressed form, the zip format. Now we have to uncompress that. Okay. So click on extract to, so and we have to select where we have to extract. Okay. Okay. Now you have to select the location where you want to extract, and that you can do with the right hand side box. Okay. In which volume or where you want to do. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it on download. Then we can move it. Okay.
Jatin, in real time, are we going to create user, or the client or end user will give the user?
Okay, so that is totally depends. If you are going to deploy it as a ITOM developer, okay, and the task is yours to install the Mid server. Okay. So that is totally depend on the process of that wherever the project you are working. Okay.
Okay.
Is it there is a process like there is a ITSM, like the IT system team is going to be create the user for you, or they will give you the chance to create by your own self. Okay, so you have a both of the things, but that is totally depend on the process of the system. Okay. Okay. Now close this box first, the vendor box. Okay. Now again click on the download box. Where is your admin? Sorry, agent. Oh, the agent is there. You can see if you can scroll it down.
This one.
Yes, but it's showing like it's okay. This is right now, right?
Yeah,
yes.
34/2020.
Okay. Yeah, 34/2020. Okay. Let's copy this, or you can do the Control X4 cut, because we want to take this file or folder toward that particular location where we can store it, or whatever, whenever we required, we can like delete it. Okay, so you can first select that, just click on that box, press Ctrl X, okay, for cutting that. Not like that. First you have to click on agent. Yeah. Click again, just single click. Click. Okay, now press Ctrl X. Just again click right hand side, right on left hand side. You don't have to select that.
Control X.
Now press Ctrl X. Okay, do the Ctrl X and go to the any of the folder where you can create one more folder called mid server or something.
I need to create new folder.
Yeah, you have to create a new folder in any of the other. Like you can go to the pictures, videos, or anywhere. Because the download, why I'm not prefer the download, because under the download there is a new files always comes. Okay, so that means whenever you want to come back to that folder and you want to delete or something, that you have to find it down in the below, right? So prefer to install the mid server is take a new directory. Okay, under that directory create a new folder as a mid server, and under that you can store it.
Yes, I have created in documents.
Yes. Now and go under that folder and paste your agent file there. Do the Control V because you have created the Control X.
Control P.
V for van.
Yes.
Okay. Now open that folder, agent folder. You can see there is some sort of files folders are there, right?
Yes. Yes.
Go to there is a config in after the work folder. Okay.
This one?
No, this is a boot config. After that, there is a config. Only config.
Second.
CONF.
CONF IG. That is a folder. I'm talking about the file which is in after the boot config. The third file. The third file from the starting. Because that is a folder. The file is starting from the work.
I can see only two.
After two, there is a config. No, there is a config.
Oh yeah, config. Yes. Okay.
Yes, that is a file, but the icon was different. Okay, because that is a config.xml. That is the XML file. So XML file always comes with any of the browser icon because it's like our system by default consider as a browser file, right? Browser interpreter file. So right click on that, select that file and right click on that, and there is a open with option and open it into the notepad. First you have to click on that file.
Yeah.
Yes. Under the open with
notepad.
Yeah, you have to click on notepad. This is the main configuration file where we put all the configurations about the mid server. Whatever the required. So where is your cursor right now? It is in front of required requirement, right? After that, when you go to the little down, there is a parameter. Parameters are starting. Okay. There is a
common option parameters.
No. Upper of that.
Required
the
parameters.
Tags. Yes, the required parameters and parameter tags are there. Where it's showing the line is parameter and parameter name is URL and the value is HTTPS your instance.service-now.com.
Yes.
Right. So these all are the parameters where we have to change the values. So you have the first parameter where you have to give your instance URL. Then below of that, you can find there is a second URL where you have to put the username. Again, after that, you have a parameter to put the password. Then again, you have the parameter after that, where you have to give your mid server name goes here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Normally, we have to fulfill these 4 parameters. Okay. Now let's start making changes. First, go to the your browser.
This one,
Your
right?
instance URL. Okay, so your instance URL is kind of dev 308275, right? And .service-now.com. Copy this one. So I will give you one thing, guys. Whenever you are going to work with any of the customer or anywhere, okay, ServiceNow makes one prefix. Always after the https:// only the things was changed after the / and from the dot, the dot from before the ServiceNow. Okay, the ServiceNow-.com always same, only the subdomain is always changed. In your case, it's dev 810 something numbers. For other, it's different. For other, some of the customer instance, let's suppose I can say any name of the instance is any other customer instance. Okay, but I cannot say the name because it's going to make an issue for me. So it's only just your instance is changed. Okay, but the rest .service-now.com is always same. Okay. So now, Manik, you have to change your instance to the number is coming like dev the numbers, right?
From here to here.
Yes, just change it. Just change it. You can change it full. Okay. Now remove this HTTPS, please. Because we have to. Okay, you can see now the value is https:// dev that numbers. Okay, your PDI value, then the .service-now.com is same. Okay, now go a little below the first, second, third, fourth line. There is a parameter called mid instance user.
Yes.
Under that, the value saying your instance username here. Put your username which you have created in the ServiceNow instance. I think you have put it the name as server, right?
Yes, this one. Name or user
copy
ID?
and paste it. Yeah, user ID you have to give. Because under the ServiceNow, user ID is a name. Okay.
Yes. And password.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you have done it.
Yeah.
Now, after that, there is a parameter called name, and it's saying your med server name goes here. So now you have to give the name which is going to be visible in your instance. Like in my instance, it is shows like med server AWS med, right? You can put it like your own name. Okay, whatever the name you wanted to see in your med server list. Okay.
Okay. Any name I can give?
Any name, because that name is going to be visible in your instance list. Okay.
Okay. Yes, then I have.
Okay, you have put it the
Yeah.
updated server. You can put it like, okay, so there is a practice to put the name, and the practice is called the requirement of your mid server. If you wanted to use the mid server for discovery, so you can start with like discovery, then you have to put the instance requirement, like it is your prod instance or dev instance. Then you have to put the underscore, okay, discovery prod, or you can give the like IP address or name or whatever you want, right? Okay, so what I can use, mostly I can put the name called this prod mid server. That means for discovery usage for the prod instance, and it's a mid server. Okay, got it? Now,
yeah,
just save it, this file.
Yeah.
Close this file.
Close. Totally close?
Yeah. No, you can totally close this file. Not required. Okay.
Hmm.
Now go to the file. Again, go to that folder, the agent folder. Okay. So after the config file, there is a start file also.
Yeah.
Okay. Right click on that file, select and right click. You have
Yeah.
to again. Yes. Okay. Click on run as administrator. Now you have to wait for a little bit. You can see starting the services. Waiting for start.
Okay, the use of installing discovery is just checking whether that details or any components like system hardware, these are present in system or anything else.
Okay, so I'm not getting a question. Like this is for like when we are activating the plugin or when we are installing the mid server. Where is your question basically?
Generally, we are installing mid server, right? What is the use of mid server? Just for scanning which type of components we have in.
Okay, so the mid server have a different usage, but the main usage is to making the connectivity from ServiceNow to customer environment. Let's suppose if you wanted to scan your laptop. Okay, so ServiceNow can not directly connect with your laptop. Is it not possible, right? If ServiceNow can directly connect your laptop, that means it's a very secure, very big security concern. Anyone can access your laptop from anywhere, right? Because at the end, the ServiceNow platform which we are using, it is running in one of the server which is deployed in any of the country or any of the data center. Correct? And it cannot directly connect with your system. So we required any mediator which will make the connectivity from us. Okay. So the mid server application will do that work. It will connect with the ServiceNow. But how it's connect? We have given the URL, we have given the credentials. So it's making the API call with the service. It's not connecting with the direct like IP routes or something. It's an API call. Whatever the instruction is going to be communicate from mid server to ServiceNow, it's an API calls. Okay. Got it? Now your question is clear?
Got it, but you said some CMDB classes, hardware, something.
These things are going to be activated by the plugin activation.
Okay.
You have to activate the discovery plugin in your system. Then you will see those things, because that is like the ServiceNow platform is not like it's a bundle of things. Okay. And when you wanted to use that, you have to purchase the license for that. Under the license, you purchase the subscription for these activities. Okay, let's suppose I wanted to do the discovery for my own infra. I have to communicate with ServiceNow. ServiceNow will sell me the product of ServiceNow ITOM, where they give me the license of discovery. Right? That's the thing. Okay. Now go to the instance, please. Search for the mid server. Search for the mid server, please. So under the mid server, can you scroll it down? There is server is also underlined.
This one?
Yeah, this one. Click on that. So under this, you will see your all the installed mid server. Okay.
Yes.
So you can see it will giving you that name which you have put it into the my instance mid server name, right?
Yes.
So that is why I have provided you the name. Okay, this is giving you that one. Now you can see the status is showing up, but the validation is showing no. So when you complete the installation of the mid server, you have to validate that mid server. For validating the mid server, you have to open that record into the new tab or any of the tab. Okay, that is not necessary to open into the new tab.
Okay.
Now scroll it down a little bit. There is a related links here. Under the related links, we have a validate button.
Can I click?
Yes, you have to click on that.
Hmm.
Once you click on that, first you have to save it.
Yes.
Now you have to wait. Okay, so when it's doing the validation, okay, you have to reload that tab. You will see the validation is goes started. Okay, showing the validation. Under the validated, it's showing the validating, right?
Yes.
Status is down, no?
Yes. So when it's doing the validation, one time its server goes down and it's automatically goes up.
Okay.
Reload that. Now you can see the status comes with the up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And validated is yes.
Can I go back? Or?
Yeah. You can go back and refresh that tab.
Yes.
You can see. Now, once these things are done, your mid server is ready to use. Now you can utilize your mid server for various type of a task. Okay. It could be your discovery, it could be your service mapping, it could be your integration, it could be your event management, anything. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the basically mid server installation, the basic mid server installation. There is a lot of things. Right now we have did it in the session. Okay. When we are doing the separate trainings for that, there is a more things over there when you are installing the multiple mid server in the same machine, and the prerequisite for the mid server and the practices for the installing the mid server. Okay. Now, there's a question to you all the guys from my side. Have you learned something new here which you haven't did it? Is it giving you some knowledge about that?
Yes, can we expect some answers?
Yes, Jati. Like I have learned how to install like a create mid server. Thank you for
So
that.
that is why. Okay, so that is why we have did it this session, so that we will give you the overview of the ITOM and we will give you some interest over the ITOM, because you know I will give you one thing. ServiceNow ITOM is a highly demanded product in anywhere. There is a requirement. There is a lot of requirements are going on for the developers of that. If you do the mastery on that now, not the full-fledged mastery, but at least you will see you will learn the backend of that, how the things are running under that. You know, it's a really high-paying job. Okay. I will give you some of the numbers expectation. Guys, there is a one of my friend who switched recently. Okay. And he is on 48 LPS package right now, and he is a ITOM lead. Okay, and from transforming toward the developer to the lead, it's just a 3 years of his experience, you know. But you have to give the time to the ITOM. It's a very high paying job right now. There is a more requirement over there. Over the world, there is a lot of requirement. So this is the session for today, guys. I hope you learned something new. And this is your host, Jatin, and we will give you the more session with the new topics. Thank you for joining, guys. So over to you, Pallavi and Shah and my team. Can you please take care from this side? Now I'm resting my session.
Okay, so we are just having one question from Vamsi. How long will it take on average to learn ITOM module along with CSDM?
So see, it's not have any fixed dates. Okay, I cannot say the fixed number because it's totally depend on the learner, how capable he is to take a new things in their mind, right? I have seen some of the people who have learned in just 15 days, and I have seen some of the people where I have given him 30 to 30 to 40 days, and also like 3 months or 4 months. But they didn't replied me with that much of experience which I want from those guys. Okay, so it's totally depend on you, how faster you take the things in your mind. Okay, but as the average, if you wanted to be a good into the ITOM, you will be in just in 30 days. Okay, because it's not just a rocket science. You just only have to do some extra learning of the infra. Okay.
One question for ITOM, do we need like scripting?
So we don't require the much of the scripting because the ServiceNow have a motto and they have some tagline which is a no code low code. Okay, no code.
Right, yeah.
You don't require to do the code and you don't require much of the code under the platform. It's have everything. But when you do some customization where it's required, rarely required, then you have to do. And it's use the JavaScript, I will tell you. And that have their own different libraries. You don't have to write it on the libraries from the outside. ServiceNow have itself their own libraries which you have to call it and you can use it.
Yeah,
And
but
yes, and
during interview they are asking scripting question mostly. So
that is because of
that's
when the companies are going to be hire you now, they will not just hiring you for one certain stack. Because see, when my senior giving you the session in the starting, okay, they will give you one thing before starting to the ITOM. First, at least you can take the ITSM part or the platform part training, okay, so that you will learn the platform. Okay, because when you do the platform things, there you can learn to changing the names, the numbers, creating the portals, dashboards and all, where you require the scriptings, right? And when the company is going to be hire you, they will not just directly hiring you one single process for the ITOM. They also need from you like you have the good knowledge about the scripting and all, so that whenever we require extra work from you, you can do it. Okay, that's why they mostly ask you the scripting questions.
And yes, guys, so just to update you, everyone, if you need any kind of personal assistant, you need to connect with us regarding any of your personal queries. It can be anything regarding ServiceNow, regarding ITOM, regarding upcoming events, anything. So I have dropped one link for personal booking. So please feel free to book a calendar with us, and definitely we are going to help you out with all your queries, questions, syllabus, everything, and along with your learning roadmap as well. So as Jatin has suggested that if you are very new, you should go for ServiceNow administration rather directly jumping and learning ITOM, because as Purtima also highlighted that most of the interviewers are asking scripting questions. So scripting is again, it comes under fundamentals, right? So nowadays companies are having a very high expectation that if a candidate who is having around 2 to 3 years of expertise, so definitely they should be having two module knowledge plus fundamentals knowledge, right? So when I say modules, it can be ITSM plus ITOM, it can be ITSM plus ITAM, it can be ITSM plus CSM plus the admin and development knowledge. So when I say admin and development, that means the platform knowledge. Okay. So Bharat is asking how much cost is it for 45? Bharat, it's completely free of cost. We are not charging even a single rupees for our any of the consultation calls. Okay, it's completely free. You can book n number of consultation calls if the slots are available. Okay, so we are not charging anything for the consultation call. Am I clear, Bharat? Please drop a yes in the chat if you got me. Guys, am I audible?
Yes, boss. You are.
Yes. So guys,
And
please
we are
feel free
getting
to
the
book a
response.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Jatin. So guys, please feel free to book a consultation call for any of your questions, any of your doubts regarding it can be anything regarding your journey of starting your career into ServiceNow, regarding a roadmap, regarding a personalized training roadmap, everything. We will be delivering everything just very personal to you on the consultation call itself. Okay, so feel free to have a connect with us, and definitely we will be there to help you out. Nothing to worry. Yes, any more questions from anyone? Purnima, Poonam. By the way, Purnima and Poonam, are you guys same or you guys are different? Extremely sorry to ask this question. I just got confused.
Sorry, what was your question?
So are you joining from multiple devices or you are joining
No.
from only single device?
I'm from joint
Okay.
message device.
It's completely fine. And also, if you are willing to explore more about us, no worries. Feel free to open Google and just type HackNow on Google. Definitely, Google is going
What
to
are the
tell you
training costs
everything.
of your like item training?
See that
At
we
what
will be
charges?
discussing. That we will be discussing on the third day. So today is the first day of the workshop. So definitely, I would request you to be a part till the last day, and definitely we will discuss on that part. Before that, I just want you to book a consultation call if you want to connect with us personally. If you want something unique, something new, something out of the box, so definitely book a call with us. It's completely free. There is no any charge. It's just like we
From
will
where we
be. We
can
just want.
book that one?
It's there in the chat. I
Oh,
think it's there in the
thank
chat.
you.
Yes. Just
Sorry.
copy paste that link and yes, keep it
Yes, sure.
somewhere. Okay. And Manikanta, I think you are sharing your screen, right? Can you just, if possible, can you just open up a new tab?
Sorry?
Can you just open up a new tab in your browser?
Yeah.
Yes. And just type HackNow. 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 So guys, just to update you all, this is our official website, and the moment you type just HackNow on Google, you will get to know. Just hit enter. Just press enter on your keyboard. No. Just press enter on your keyboard. Don't write enter. Yes. So see, even Google is recommending our website on the top. On the top, it's ranking on the top. So see, this is our official website. It's hacknow.co.in. Feel free to have a look, explore it, and everything is there about us, who we are, what we are, and what we have been doing till now. Okay. So feel free to explore. So apart from this, we still have 3 minutes. So we still have 3 minutes. So please feel free to ask any kind of questions, doubts if you have any. We will be more than happy to address all of your doubts and queries. Okay. Any questions? Any doubts? And yes, I would like to thank everybody for those who have done the bookings with us. Thanks to all, and we are really going to connect very soon. And of course, those who have not booked the call yet, please feel free to book. If you are willing to connect with us, it's completely free. There is not a single rupee that you have to pay. Okay. So thank you so much. With this, we would like to end up the day one workshop for the day. Please feel free to copy paste the link and store it somewhere, because the moment we will end up the call, you will not be able to access the chats. So please feel free to copy paste the links, all the links in your notepad, wherever you want to do it. Okay. So please do it. Okay. And with this, thank you so much for joining and being a part of the day one workshop of ITOM. And again, let's join together all tomorrow, and let's make this event really a grand successful event. Okay. Thank you so much, all of you. Take care. Bye bye. So I will just wait for 1 minute so that you guys can copy paste the links, and then we will end the call officially at 2 p.m. Sharp at 2 p.m.
Thank you, Shah, so much. And Jatin, the session was incredible. And thank you so much to all the participants for joining, for staying connected till this time.
Yes, and we are expecting the same crowd tomorrow as well. So guys, till the time, stay tuned, stay connected, and please tomorrow when you are joining, call your friends, family members, and your colleagues as well. Thank you all.